Welcome everybody to Battlefield Bad Company 2042. This is my very first creation from the portal mode in Battlefield 2042. I'm going to show you all the little levers and tweaks I made, all the adjustments and everything else like that. So maybe you guys can make one of your own or actually even play this yourselves here, this very same server with all the same adjustments that I have made to the game. You guys can play it. There's a code I'll give you at the end and you can jump right in there with yours truly and play this game in the same server. So first, let's see if you guys will even be interested in playing this. Let's get into, I'm going to dive under the hood here and show you guys all the modifications that have been made. Battlefield Bad Company 2042 Hardcore Conquest. And the description reads, the biggest maps with the baddest company. That's right. Portal asked, what kind of game mode do you want to make? I want to make a Conquest large. You can do Conquest, you can do Rush, you can do a team deathmatch free for all, and then there's also a rules editor where you can almost make your own type of game mode. But for my first try here, I'm just sticking to Conquest large. Nothing too fancy out here, but something very special, if I do say so myself. The map rotation right here includes all 7 of the brand new 2042 maps, and these maps are big, guys. This is what I wanted from Battlefield, is big old maps out here, and they did it. They made them bigger than Battlefield 5, bigger than Battlefield 4. These things are gigantic, and not only are they gigantic, but they are very detailed and very fun to play on. These are the best Battlefield maps I've ever seen, so we want to get those in there. This is what I'm trying to create here, the best of Battlefield. So I got 7 new maps here. This is a good way to check out all the new maps that are included in 2042 as well. Maximum human players 128. I'm cranking it up 100% as high as we can go there. One of the maximum players on the big maps. You're going to want that. Game time as well. I don't want to put too many limits, man. I'm all about freedom. As long as you ain't hurting nobody else, and game time it should be set there to where you get a chance to hurt your opponents in the game at least and get their tickets knocked down to 0, and that's how you win the game in Conquest. If you don't already know, now the squad spawn type is all. Now what does that mean? Controls the rules for squad spawning for squad members and squad leaders. So the different options are squad mates on leader, squad mates on leader, leader all, disabled. So this is just saying where you can spawn. You can just spawn on squad mates or leader. With the reinforcement multiplier or the team tickets being at 1,000 with the game time set at 60, you know, that's probably going to get you about a half an hour round. So that seems decent to me. You know, we aren't trying to have a goddamn drawn-out conflict like Afghanistan, fighting each other for years and years and years. No, there's a time limit on it, and the reinforcement multiplier is at 1,000. When that's knocked down, we're done. We're getting out of there and moving on to the next map. And now we're going to move on to the gameplay options here. Friendly fire, that's on. This is a hardcore experience. It's got it in the title. This is Hardcore Conquest. I picked this up from Battlefield 4, playing those hardcore servers from the server browser there. So friendly fire with hardcore is on. You gotta really, you know, this is strategic. This is real deal Holyfield type of gaming here. You can't just be spraying and praying and spraying through friends here. It just makes things, you know, it makes you think a little bit, makes you be a little bit more strategic of where your shots are flying. Alright, and it gives a more of a immersive experience because, you know, if you accidentally hit your friend, you'll be able to pick them up. Don't worry about that. But, you know, it seems more realistic if your bullets actually have some consequences even to your friends on the battlefield. Extreme weather events, that's turned off. I don't even think on a lot of other maps you can have extreme weather events. Since these are the 2042 maps that I'm using, I could have a tornado randomly come ripping through the map, but you don't need that, okay? It's unnecessary. We don't need to have tornadoes ripping through maps in every battlefield now. That I can take it or leave it, okay? It's cool technology, yeah, okay. Well, if you love tornadoes so much, you can play them in Just Cause 4 as well. Just Cause 4 has them too. Classic soldier weapon tuning, that's off. Controls whether to use default soldier weapon tuning or utilize classic tuning to approximate the TK, time to kill and feel of classic games. Note that this has no effect on 2042 factions. I'm going to try the newer weapon tuning. This is something I can go back and change. This ain't all set in stone. But, you know, I want 2021 weapon tuning, if you will. So stationary weapon emplacements, love those. Those are turned on. That's just on the map. You might come across like a turret or something, I think is what that means. More the merrier. Headshot damage multiplier, that's at 1. I feel like the headshots are tuned pretty good. The time to kill with 2042 is pretty decent. A lot of hardcore servers, they crank up the headshot damage. They crank up the body shot damage multiplier. So aim assist definitely off. Aim assist zoom snap off. And aim assist zoom snap controller snap target is used for aim assisted players. Aim assist is so annoying. It's unnecessary. A lot of people think it's necessary. 2 people on my screen, I'm getting ready to go towards one of the dudes. My aim assist wants to snap to the other dude and it throws it all off. Don't use it. Not on controller. You don't need it. If you're a controller veteran like myself, your thumbs are trained to snap to the targets. You don't need aim assist. Let's see, drops on death. So this means enemies that you drop will drop weapons and ammo. Kind of cool, almost like a little bit of a battle royale feel in a way. You want your dropped weapons and ammo, because if you run out of ammo, this is a good way to resupply, since you might not have a teammate resupplying it. When a man is down, he can crawl around instead of just being downed or instant death. Now, in all-out warfare, they're just downed and then you're on your back. Help me, I can't get up. If you go down, you got a chance to crawl around. This gives you a chance to, you know, get to safety so your teammates can help pick you up. Now, if you're playing with AI, they do not. I've never been revived by AI, and a lot of humans don't know how to revive neither, so it ain't too much of a change. But with this crawl mechanic, it does give you an opportunity to crawl to safety, or maybe crawl to an area to get some more intel on the enemy before you either get revived or bleed out. So I love that. This should be in all-out warfare. This crawl mechanic should be in every game mode. I don't understand why you would want your players to be down and then they roll on their back and, help me, you know, like, no, give the player a chance to crawl around a little bit, do something other than just waiting for a medic to come and get you. I love that. So crawl is turned on. Soldier health regen, this is very important in a hardcore mode. Turn that off. What is this? The health regen in every game. It's so casual. And what's the need for a medic if you can just regen yourself? You know, I mean, this really puts a lot of emphasis on having a med pack to get that health back. You can't just run around the corner, he'll come back, you know, like, oh, nothing ever happened. No, your soldier's health is not going to regenerate, alright, automatically. I like the movement from 2042. Not always a big fan of seeing through walls and wingsuit everywhere, but I do like, you know, how he holds the gun up with one hand and really starts sprinting. Now, combat vehicle spawn type, on foot call-ins and deploy menu. You can have them spawn on the map. But with these big 2042 maps, you're going to want to be able to call one in and have it parachute on your location so you can get from point A to point B if you're stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Vehicle health regen off. That's not allowed in hardcore mode. Can't do that. You know, I think this makes it more fun. You got to actually repair your vehicle or have somebody repair it for you other than the automatic repair. You have more respect for your repairman. Exiting vehicles, yes, I will allow you guys to exit your vehicles. You don't have to be stuck in the vehicle like you're a goddamn Uber driver or something. Okay, you can get out of the vehicle. Now, the user interface, we got the compass turned on, the mini-map turned off, because again, this is a very cheesy mechanic where you end up just looking at your mini-map and knowing where guys are at just because they fire their weapon or they're stomping around. You know, I don't like that. That's not realistic. I don't get as immersed. I'm playing the mini-map with a mini-map turned on instead of actually looking at the screen and hearing where the shots are coming from, listening for footsteps. It's way better not having that mini-map. Soldier weapon modification plus menu, another great addition in 2042. Change out parts in the middle of a game. Gotta love that. That's turned on. Ally identification is on, because with a hardcore mode and the ping behavior disabled, you're not going to be able to tell friend from foe unless you have your ally identification on. So that'll put a little indicator, a little blue indicator by your allies, and the enemies you won't see nothing. No red, nothing. That's just, you know, an enemy. Alright, if they're not indicated by something blue. Now, very important, AI difficulty is set to advanced. This is the hardest AI difficulty available in Battlefield Portal. You got beginner AI, intermediate AI, and advanced AI all the way. This is hardcore mode after all. Whether you're playing with AI or not, we're gonna make it tough. You know, this is a good training ground here for PvP. Okay, and then AI is synced with all the modifiers. That just means all the AI can do the same thing the players can do. This is all in balancing. You gotta try to balance it as much as possible, which leads me to the teams I selected. Now, this is why I selected Battlefield Bad Company 2 soldiers and not Battlefield 3 when I'm trying to make the ultimate hardcore big map Conquest game mode. Alright, I was thinking of going to Battlefield 3, but the main reason I didn't is because the AI didn't seem to take to the sky as much as I would have liked. So that means I just have my pick of all the helicopters, all the planes and everything, and that makes it very unfair for the AI. If I'm hopping in, if I know flying too, or I'm decent, so the advanced AI love the transport helicopters, so they don't have any really offensive capabilities unless they have people riding in there with them. Basically what I tried to do was nerf myself to be more balanced with the AI. Battlefield Bad Company 2 versus Battlefield Bad Company 2, again, perfectly balanced, and that's what we got going here. Now, if we get this server filled up with human players, I'll switch it right on over to Battlefield 3 because I want the helicopter action, the attack helicopters, the little birds, the fighter jets. I want all that. But until my server's filled up, I'm not going to do it because I want it to be balanced with the AI. So as human players come in, that filters out the AI. You can have 128 human players or 128 AI players. It just all depends on how many human players join up and boot out the AI. And I'm going to give you guys my code at the end so we can spread the word, spread the code around. Let's get more people into this server. Battlefield Bad Company 2042 server made by yours truly. Let's get it popping, guys. But you also have the grenades, have that little smiley face on them, known to be in the Bad Company games. You gotta love that. There's no restrictions on the weapons. Go all out with whatever attachments are available, whatever gun you want to use, whatever class you want to use, whatever vehicle you want to use. In Bad Company, they're just giving us the light ground transport vehicles, transport helicopters like I explained before, but you also get the infantry fighting vehicles and the main battle tanks on both sides. So enjoy that. No restrictions with gadgets, and that's about it. Now, there's also a rules editor with Portal, but you can't get into that unless you're creating a free-for-all or a team deathmatch game. With these large Conquest game modes, you can't get into the rules editor yet and really get into the scripting and really fine-tuning of the server. But as you can see here, there's a lot of options to really make something different, something unique. I haven't seen a server like this. I've been looking on the server browser trying to find a full server of Battlefield 3 weapons with the big maps. That's why I made it. Somebody had to do it. It gives some tags here, so if you're looking for a certain experience in the server browser of Portal, you can search by tags. Some of the tags that it gave mine includes a Battlefield Bad Company 2 faction, so I got a BC2 tag, a heavily modified tag because it includes many changed modifiers. See, I'm really tricking this thing out. I'm really modding it up. So there you have it, guys. I cooked this thing up for myself and for you guys to enjoy as well. So here's the experience code if you want to get in there. You ready? 6 digits now. AAC 6CR. Again, AAC 6CR. So you go into Portal, you put that in, and you can hop into my server. I hope to see you guys out there on the battlefield. Let's get these AI kicked out of here. Until then, this has been Rusty Fluger. Thanks for watching. Rusty Fluger, over and out.